Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. I repeat, we are back and we are streaming again. We have got you a picture. I will just try to change the audio, get you the correct visuals, and then we are off and ready for a race. In this, we have the women's 7,000 meter on screen. I'm sorry, what happened there? I'm just trying to get the audio and the visuals correctly as we would like. Sorry about that. They have just come through to 200 meter mark. I am now just changing the aspect ratio and we will be in business. It'll drop off the screen as I type the numbers in. Checking the aspect ratios. There we go. Now you can see this race. We've got the leading in the women's. We can see the women's in the race now. I'm going to talk you through in this women's 3,000 meter. This highlight of the field is Katrina Andrews with a 9:48 personal best. Second is Emma Ward with a 9:58 PB. I'm just trying to get you guys the correct aspect ratio, get you the best image you can possibly get. This looks like to be a tight packly race with all the athletes, with the two athletes out in front, absolutely storming ahead. We can see that the two athletes, this looks like Katrina Andrews and Emma Ward. The old Katrina Andrews, an older athlete, and Emma Ward, one of the younger ones. They look to be side by side each other. I'm now just trying to get you the best aspect ratio as possible for this field. Get you a bit of on-field audio if we can as well. You can see it is still the two races out in front. That looks like the best I can do at the moment. I'll start a clock the next time they come around. Katrina Andrews has the personal best of 9:48. And then Emma Ward has personal best of just under the 10-minute barrier with 9:59. The two athletes today will hope to get close to that. So it'll be interesting to see what these athletes can do. This is Emma Ward and Katrina. We've also supposedly got Holly Manning in this race, but I am not sure where they are. We came in and captured this race a little bit late, so I do not know what lap they are on. We can see the athletes there. I will try to get us some audio from on the field. That looks, if I am correct, to be Katrina Andrews in the lead with Emma Ward in second from the pictures I can see. We've also got good quality in the rest of this field throughout the whole race. You can see it looks to be Holly Manning there just behind. We're on our third cameraman of the night, so the quality might be dropping, but we hope that throughout the streams we can give, that they do gradually get better. We have dropped off a bit of quality. I am just trying to play around with some settings. So I'm sorry for the quality, but our main goal here is to get some sort of image. This looks to be the leading athletes coming through in what I think is 82 seconds for that last lap. Let's do some quick calculations online on the wonderful pace calculator. What is 82 seconds for a 3,000 meter? Our athletes are completing 83 seconds for one single lap. That is 1 minute and 21 seconds for 400 meters. They're completing it at 17k an hour. The prospective time there for the 3,000 meter is 10:07. So these athletes are bang on 10-minute pace. They're aiming to run just 80 seconds a lap. You can see there two young Auckland City Athletics athletes trying to chase behind, but the quality of the leading few women is to not get mistaken. We have got the young athlete award who is pumping for the very first time in her life. Sorry, the first time this season with a season best of 8:16. Sorry for the grainy image, but we hope to gradually get this better. Again, we're on our third cameraman of the night. We've had people had to go for work. We've had batteries die, and now we're on the backup. We've got Ben Ruth operating the camera. I'm going to see if I can get if we can get any better quality than this. Yes, there we are. We have got a new orientation. How wonderful. I'm now going to flip the aspect ratio so we're less zoomed in, a lot less grainy. Let's see if this is better or for worse, like the saying says. I will now move the picture. My apologies for what's happening. I think quality has gone out the window. I am not exactly sure why or how, but what we're seeing is not the same as what we were seeing earlier. We have drastically dropped something. I'm currently playing around with aspect ratios for the video. It keeps dropping off. I need to go one mode, but I keep not going that mode. Here we go. This is the best picture we can get for now. My apologies for the quality, but this is back the best we can have. We look like we're cleared. We've got aspect ratios perfect. So we've got Emma Ward and Katrina Andrews bang on 8-minute pace. This looks to be the finish for Katrina Andrews. She's coming up. We will get you the results very shortly. Katrina Andrews takes out the win, just 2 seconds in front of the young Emma Ward. We will have live results with you. It is a time of 9:50.92 for Katrina Andrews, with Emma Ward running a new lifetime best in 9:53.05. And we had in third across the line looks to be another athlete who, in my opinion, is Holly Manning running 10:09.4. The next race of the night, ladies and gentlemen, is the men's 3000 meter, which has an absolute star-studded field attempting to break 8:10, with multiple athletes having never run that fast in their lives. We've now got the final 2 athletes in this women's 3000 meter coming across the line. We will have Stella Tanner and Dove Allerton coming across in what order I do not know, but we will get ready for the men's 3000 meter next. The race, the evening has gone later than expected, but we will not let that put a dampener. And in that women's race, it was Stella Tanner running 10:36 for fourth, and Dove Allerton in 10:38 for fifth. We'll now take you through to the men's side. You can see the athletes on the back of the track. We unfortunately have Ben Ruth as a scratching. I will make sure to get my clock perfectly on this. I may stop the commentary or I may decrease the commentary talk, but that is just so I can have complete focus on the start of this men's 3000 meter. I want to not miss it. I want the clock on screen to be correct. So all of us and me and you can ensure we watch correctly. You can see a bit of jumping there by the athletes, bit of nervous tension there. The athletes to watch in this race are James Corbett and George Wiley. George Wiley is attempting to break 4 minutes and 10 seconds for the very first time in his short career. The athletes look like they have just been called to their marks. We will get ready at any moment to see what happens. I've got my hand on my clock start and my hand on my watch start. Hopefully, I will have within a second of the real time. And I can give you all the splits and tips. Well, not the tips because I'm not the best runner here to give. So the athletes are just waiting around at the start line. Not long to go now before the athletes get ready to go. They are lined up in the order. Ben Ruth is now a videographer. We started off with John C. Tripe, then we went Cameron Maunder, and now we are on Ben Ruth, who was originally going to pace this. But then when the desired pace was 8 minutes and 10 seconds, he said, "This is a crazy race." Ben Ruth, though, with the fastest PB on the start list, with an 8:07 from many moons ago, now is on the moon of the camera. The athletes now are on their marks. They are a bit nervous at this point. We're going to give you a bit of on-stadium commentary. Just testing out the clock at this point, making sure I have the correct buttons. The athletes are taking their time. You can see them in the middle clear of your picture at the 200-meter start line. I'm not sure what's delaying the delay in the previous part of this meet have been bibs and hip numbers. So if all hip numbers are correct, we will be ready to race in a few short seconds. We are looking for what appears to be a gun to go up. You can see the stadium announcer making his way over to the tent. It is hard to tell if these athletes are on their marks or if it is just a commotion happening over on the other side. You can see more athletes running past. We will wait to watch with bated breath for the crouch position to occur. We can't see any crouch. So again, George Wiley, the New Zealand under 17, under 18, under 19 and under 20 record is held by Sam Ruth, and we're almost seconds away from a race. His New Zealand records are 7:56, set at the Potts Classic from earlier this year in February, maybe January, I believe. I am sorry for the delay for the ones of you, for the true hearts watching this race. The men's athletes are just on their marks, hopefully sometime shortly. I cannot see clearly. I am getting the same image as you. I hope you're watching this on a small screen because it's not good quality on the big screen. And the athletes are on their marks. We were still waiting with bated breath to see when they will start. I am again not wanting to miss this race. I cannot take my eyes away from the start. The other quality athletes in the race are James Corbett, Damien Sauer, the on representative, I think. No, not him. That's Holly Mannings, who ran before in the women's 3000 meter just moments ago. Going to do a reset of the clock, make sure it's still working. Beats my nerves. The tension is building, not for the start line, but for us here at home. A race that was supposed to begin at 9:15 is beginning at 9:40. I hope this is the crouch position I am seeing. They have mocked up on their marks, and the gun is off. I have got the clock started, and we are off and racing. I will talk you through the start lists. And they are off on the... And they're coming through the 200-meter mark. Let's get an eye on the pace. They come through 200 meters in just under 30 seconds. These guys are off. That looks to be Ben Bedeios in first, with George Wiley with the white hair at the moment in second. These guys are off and ready for a fast race here today. Let's get you. You can see the leading four breakaway with who I appear. The front one was to be a pacer with George Wiley and James Corbett in second and third in the pace race respectively. You can see the top four with already a 15-meter lead to second, with the next two athletes again with a 10-meter gap to third place. Sorry, to the third pack. So they've just come through the first 400 meters in what appears to be a tick over 50 seconds. We will try get you what the 300-meter split, the 500-meter split is. They come through 500 meters in what appears to be 117, 118, 118 for the 500-meter split for this leading quad of men. A 500-meter split of what they achieved of 117 equates to, I'm just doing my calculations here, let's get a 137 through 800 through 600 meters. 137 through 600 meters. These men are on an absolute flyer. They are running a projected pace of 241 pace. They are running right on 804 pace through the opening 600 meters, lap and a half. The men are now coming up to the almost the 800-meter clock mark. The clock on screen is correct in this race. We've got the leading four with George Wiley out in front. I apologize earlier, the leading athlete was in fact not a pacer. 209 through the 800-meter mark. There's still the leading four with a trail behind, looking back about almost 50 meters, with another 20 meters before the main pack. We've still got our leading four now entering the home straight, coming up to 3 laps raced. with just 4.5, with almost 5 laps to go for these runners. They're coming up to the 1 kilometre mark. This here will be the 1 kilometre mark when they cross the split. They're at 240, 241, 242 for the opening kilometres for Ben Bedillos in first, George Wiley second, James Corbett third, and I think Dorian Sanders in fourth. Let's put in the split. If they ran a 1,000 metre of 242, that gives them a projected 3,000 metre pace right here of 8:06, which is right where these runners want to be. The goal for these boys is sub 8:10. That would be an amazing race for these men here today. In New Zealand this year, we have not had many athletes at all go better than that mark of 8:10. This year, in just the year of 2025, only a few men have ever broken that barrier. Just 18 men have broken the 8:10 barrier this year. And the second, just the second 20 athletes this year break the 8:10 barrier. You can see there George Wiley coming through the 1400 meter mark. We will be at the halfway mark right when they come to the next bend. I cannot tell who that fourth athlete is. You can see Holly Manning just grabbing something in the bottom left of your screen. You can see the rest of the paces now. You've got the two athletes. I cannot identify them. I can see who looks to be Hamish Murray. We're at 4:06 through the halfway mark. My apologies. Yes, 4:06. Trying to do some quick math in my head here. Is 4:06 seems appropriate? Yes, it is. So they have now dropped to 8:12 pace. So George Wiley looks to have a 3 metre lead, pulling away to a 4 metre lead. But will the rest of the race, will the other athletes let this move of George Wiley at the mile mark be the decisive in the race? It looks like George Wiley has blown this race well open. He has opened up that lead to well over 10 metres, 11 metres, 12 metres. This may be George Wiley's race. We had the race before the 1 hour was Toby Galter's race to win. The 800 was Sam Ruth's race. The 1500, which we unfortunately couldn't broadcast, was also Sam Ruth. And now the 3000 metre is George Wiley's run. He goes through 2000 metres in 4:55. Let's give a quick check of what that projects to. But that must not be the 2000 metre mark. My apologies. The 2000 metre mark will be when George Wiley comes on the far side for the next time. At that point, he'll just have 1,000 meters to go. You can see him in the far left of your screen. He's making his way. Almost at, you can see the clock. He's at 5:26. 5:26. He's on pace. He is on 8:06 pace at the moment as we speak, with just 950 meters to go for the young George Wiley out of Tauranga, one of the brains and trusts behind Tauranga R&R running squad. He is now making his lead with just 900 meters to go. He's absolutely blowing this field to shreds. He's put almost 25 meters on second place, who I believe is James Corbett and Darian Sorey. He has now got 800 meters to go and a click over 6 minutes. He is kicking past. The arms have increased. The cadence are there. George Wiley is not letting anything else get in his way. He has got every motive to get to that finish line. Just 2 laps to go. The lactate will be burning. Like I said, 5:55 through the 2000 meter mark to 2200 meter mark puts him on pace for an 8:04. Can George Wiley do the incredible and go sub 8? The New Zealand record is 7:56, held by Sam Ruth from February this year. If George Wiley can close hard, which he is absolutely doing, that New Zealand record is in doubt. George Wiley is now just 550 meters to go. We will make sure to get his 1600, his 1 lap to go. He goes through 650 with just 500 meters to go. He looks to be dropping off a little bit, but he will not let that hold him back. His projected pace is now at a whopping 8:10. He goes through the 1 lap to go in 7:07. There is 1 lap to go for the young George Wiley. There is just him and Payne in the way. He is looking to drop off the pace a little bit, but he has always known for his last finishing kick. He won the Oceania Under-18 Championships. He's on pace for an 8:12 with 1 lap to go. Can George Wiley kick strong? Can he close in a whopping last lap to get under the 8:10 barrier? He's such a quality athlete. 8:10 is well within his wheelhouse. You can see him in the top right of your screen with just 180 meters to go. He's coming around. That white hair stands out. He's like a little white highlighter. If highlighters were white, he's coming into the home straight with 120, 110 meters to go. George Wiley is on an absolute tear here. He's coming up with just 80 meters left in the race. They're coming up with just where we can see the clock on screen. George Wiley is on an absolute banger. We're going to turn on some in-stadium crack, and he is just bang on 10-minute 8:10. I'm going to give you some audio now with Ben Ruth, who's on site, to see what he has to say.
Did a lot of work solo, George.
I apologise for that audio, it was a bit muffly, but what an absolute run by George Wiley there. We hope to get you the results as soon. Will he get? Oh, the results come in 8:12.97, just 3.79 seconds off that sub 8:10 goal. What a wonderful effort. That puts him as the second fastest under 20 athlete this year. Oh, we just saw a fall there by an athlete in the Whippet singlet.
Big kick down here.
Thank you very much there for watching. That's the end of the stream. I hope you guys appreciated that, and thank you to Ben Ruth for that video. And over and out. This is us for the night.